What's up, guys? The heat has finally cracked. It's a beautiful day outside. A lot of you have asked, what is the best triceps exercise that I can do? Now, when thinking about that, there's one exercise that comes to my mind that gives you the most bang for your buck when you're talking about triceps exercises. Most, if not all of you know that I love to do my abdominal work while I'm training. Contrary to popular thought and urban legend, I don't spend a dedicated amount of time on my abdominal. I love to do them during my workouts. It makes a more complete abdominal package. So when I show you this triceps exercise, keep in mind that you're gonna get a tremendous amount of abdominal work. Now, the crazy thing about this triceps exercise, it's something that I've been doing for years. I put it up on TikTok almost a year ago to this date, and it did ridiculously well. Way better than I thought it would. It's got almost 18 million views to date. Why? Not really sure, but what I can tell you, it's a phenomenal exercise. Now, there are two reasons that I'm absolutely amped up to show you this exercise. One, because it's phenomenal. Two, because I just smashed some pre-workout. I know you're wondering what I use. I use bulk pre-workout from Transparent Labs. Been using it for over 2 years now. Doesn't give me jitters, gets me hyped up when I need to do something difficult, and it keeps me steady when I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. What did I take before my pre-workout? 100% grass-fed whey protein, and of course, Creatine HMB. These are all phenomenal clean supplements. I've got them linked in the description. Definitely check them out. All right, enough talk. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Bodyweight Skull Crusher. For this exercise, I prefer to use an equalizer bar. The great thing about this bar is that it's portable, so you can take it anywhere. You don't need to have this bar to get this exercise done effectively. If you don't have an equalizer bar, you can use a barbell on a squat rack or a half squat rack in your gym, or you can go to a playground and you can probably find something just like this that's real sturdy, and you can do it there. One of the most important things that you need to do when working with an equalizer bar or anything similar is that you keep constant tension down on the bar. So you're pressing down on the bar the entire time. You also have to make sure that you keep your abdominals tucked nice and tight. You'll take your belly button and you'll pull it tight into your spine. Then you'll take your hips and you'll pull them up towards your belly button. So now I've got a rock solid foundation. My core is extra tight. I can do anything and it won't go into my lower back. So don't release your abdominals during the entire exercise if you want to get the most benefit and you want to stay safe. Now, if you need or want a set of these, I'm going to link them in the description as well. They're called Liebert Equalizer bars. Feel free to check them out. The first thing you want to do is get your hands 6 inches apart on the bar. Then you're going to want to step back, and we have our abdominals extra tight. So as soon as I get into this position, I feel my abdominals. Slowly, on our tiptoes, lower our forehead down towards the bar. I have my elbows not flared wide out. I don't have them tucked all the way in. They're relatively neutral. Into this position, forehead to bar, and then accelerate up high. I'm almost in a pike position here. What you want to make sure that you don't do is disconnect your hips from your shoulders. So at all times, hips move with shoulders. I'm pressing hard down on the bar, forehead down towards bar, elbows bent, accelerate up, abdominals nice and tight. Now, that's my favorite way to perform the exercise and the most difficult way to do it. If you can't do it that way, here's variation number 1. Instead of having both feet back, we take one foot once we get position and we bring it forward. So that takes stress off of the abdominals. It also takes stress off of the triceps. Now, keeping in mind what I told you before about keeping your hips in line with your shoulders, you drop down the exact same way. It's going to be a little bit more challenging to get your abs as engaged as they were when your feet are back, but you can still do it if you concentrate. Make sure that you get equal number of reps with right leg forward, and then make sure you get equal number of reps with left leg forward. Believe me, even with this variation, you will feel a tremendous amount of tension on the triceps and tension on the abs. Now, if you don't have access to the bar, the gym, or the playground, I'm gonna show you a variation that you can do on the floor or on the ground. A lot of you may have already seen this one. I've done this many times before. If you follow me on IG and all the other channels, I have done this. It is a phenomenal exercise as well. It's a body weight exercise, just like the other one, but it doesn't involve any equipment. Now, I personally find that this one is not as difficult as using the bar, but some of you may think otherwise. Essentially, we're going to take the same exact position that we took when using the bars. So the hands are going to be about 6 inches apart. We're going to be up on our tiptoes, but this time, instead of lining our forehead up with the bar, we're going to slowly drop our elbows down to the floor And your eyes should be lined up with your hands if you want to get the most triceps contraction. So when I press up, I've got a tremendous amount of triceps engagement, and I also have a tremendous amount of abdominal engagement. Now we can manipulate the elbow position. If you have trouble lifting from this position at the same time, because we do want to press at the same time, the mistake that most people make is they start like this, and then they press up like this, and then they're wobble down, wobble down. We want to come up in one motion and down in one motion. But if you are having trouble with that, you can actually take your hands further forward or position your feet further back. So now you can see my elbow is not lined up with my shoulder. It's a lot more stressful on my abdominals, but it's much easier to press up. There's a lot shorter distance to actually move. So we can press easier from here, less triceps engagement, and far more abdominal engagement, as you can probably tell. Now, what do we do if we want to get more triceps engagement? Simple. We take the elbow and we move it closer to the midline of our body. And by closer to the midline of our body, right now I've got the elbows lined up underneath the shoulders. If I want to make this really stressful on my triceps, I can yank those elbows even further back so you can see that my shoulders are now almost over my wrists. So from this position, shoulders over wrists, it's a much harder triceps contraction. Basically, my face is lined up over my hands. So it's a lot harder to press with the triceps. The abdominals still engaged, they just don't engage as much. All right, my friends, you have no excuses now to not get this exercise done. I am so sore from doing this exercise yesterday, but you know what? I thought if I'm this sore here and I'm this sore here, I need to show this to everyone. So this is a phenomenal exercise. No excuses, enjoy it. Make sure you pay close attention to detail. Press the bar into the floor, contract the triceps tight, make sure the abs are locked in place. If you do all that, the gains are sure to follow. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I gotta be honest, I did not enjoy it as much today, only because my abs are so lit up and so sore, as are my triceps. It's a phenomenal exercise. Anything that you see me do, I actually do in all of my workouts. Please subscribe to my channel, and you all know I'll be back next week.